Howdy, it's Barb, and I have a story to tell you. And it's about this past week when I had the honor to be a judge at a competition. It's for colt starting. It's called Road to the Horse, and it's in Lexington, Kentucky, which is just is one of my favorite places because of the rolling hills and the beautiful horse farms. And Kentucky Horse Park is where the show was held. So, my husband and I drove, just a little backstory. My husband and I drove there, and a lot of times when I have trips in a row, I don't normally drive, but this was our chance to be together and, drive through some beautiful countryside. So we just decided to make it a road trip. And I really had a great time. The competitors, all of them were awesome. I was with a great group of judges, and when you're a judge in those kind of situations, you're hanging out with these same people for hours every day. Just a great group of guys, and we had a lot of fun, and we learned a lot, or I learned a lot. And so I had a very energizing time. Sometimes when I travel, it's fatiguing, just kind of the nature of travel sometimes, but this particular trip was very energizing. So, what I want to share with you is that there was an item on the judge's sheet called clarity of message. Just how clear are things, or do they seem a bit muddled? And I love that. And that element, and there were 25 elements. But I just want to talk to you about that one in particular because it really got me thinking, not just, about them, of course, in my job, but also just about the clarity of the messages that I give myself and the clarity of the messages that I give my horses. So now fast forward, and it's time to go home. And we had a 16-hour trip in front of us to drive home. And without getting into the weeds of the details, the discussion was where we were going to stay on the way home. Couldn't decide how far we would want to go, etc. And so I had the idea, why don't we just rest on Sunday night, get up early Monday morning, and just see how we feel? And maybe we can make it home, maybe not. If we get tired, we'll just stop and spend the night and do the rest on Tuesday morning. So that both decided, Tom and I decided that was a great plan. When I got into the truck, I thought to myself, because it just kind of seemed obvious because we got up really early that we were going to go for it without even speaking it. We both kind of knew that if possible, we were going to go for it. And I thought, Barbara Schulte, you can either make this drive and, enjoy it, make it fun, just keep your energy up about it the whole way home. Or you can kind of have these thoughts like, oh, this is so long, wonder if we should stop. We should probably stop. Oh, I don't really want to stop, but we can make it home, but we're going to be so tired when we get home. None of that. I decided that I was committed to just making it a fun time. So I mentioned it to Tom. He thought that was a great idea. And so we did. And while it sounds so simple, between that element of clarity of message and then telling myself that when I got into the truck and how much fun we had on the way home, we got home, we were pooped, but it wasn't that bad, that I realized that it's not just what I say to myself, but it's how I say it and my conviction to stay on task and to make it fun or to make it a positive experience. It's kind of like we set our GPS on home, but the way we were going to get there was with, having fun. And so I think what that translates to when we're riding is going to the barn, getting our horse, and setting our intentions, getting clear. How do we do things? And what do we want to do this time? Setting just one or two small steps and making a decision to get grounded and to be very calm. And of course, to notice our horse, because our horse is, who we're interacting with, see where they're at, present whatever it is, or maybe maybe it's something in our riding. Maybe we want to, keep our hands low and or work on our seat in the saddle, whatever it is that we're working on for ourselves and for our horse, to have our script and be clear about that and simple about it, and set the intention not only of what we want to do, but how we're going to do it. And that we're not going to allow ourselves to get into the weeds of, oh, he always does, our horse, he or she always does that. I'm not a good rider. This isn't working out. I have the best thoughts, but then it goes south, or I don't know what to do. It's like you're not going to allow any of that kind of energy. And you're just going to stay very soft, very calm, very focused. Be clear with your horse, be clear with yourself, and make it a really great experience, no matter how it turns out. If it turns out great, you'll see the power of that. If you have some bumps along the way where you're not sure what to do, then that tells you what the next steps are to find out what did I skip a step? What am I missing? So that's what I have for you today. I just got in that truck and said, we're going to have a good time. And, it probably sounds a little, I don't know what it sounds like, but I was just determined that I wasn't going to be driving home dreading that long drive. And I think it just reminded me, like, Barb, everything that you do, be calm, be clear, and be committed to the energy of what you're doing. So leave a message for me. Let me know what you think in the comments. You know how I love hearing from you. Have a great week.